Alright guys, I need a little help. I went on a 6-day trip back in the beginning of May to Arkansas, and my battery died when we were heading back and going to Louisiana, and I replaced it, and I'm hoping it seems from what I've done so far, it was just the battery just went dead. I've never had an electrical problem on my 01 here. I believe this is the updated rectifier. This is how it was when I bought it about 4 or 5 years ago. This has never had a problem. I mean, I've never had a melted wire. The only melted wire I've ever had was one of my headlight bulbs. The 3 prongs. This prong started melting the plastic and it blackened it, so I had to cut it and just put like a regular old crimp on it. That was because I ran it for a long time with the low light burnt out on it, so I just had the left low light working with the right, so I guess it may have had like a power surge or just something, so it started melting that. So I smelt it going home one day, and then when I got home I checked it and it melted that part of the connector. I've never had a problem since, so I guess it was just from running probably 2-3 months, I guess, maybe more, with just one low beam on, so that may have been the cause of it. But anyways, I wanted to verify to make sure that the battery just went dead on its own and not because of the charging system. The factory service manual, I have a 98 through 01. Really all I did was, I believe, just added some stuff for the 00 and 01s in this. I have a 98 through 99. It's pretty much the exact same. Not much has changed. But my connectors are different than what is shown here. This is for the regulator rectifier. And all it says is disconnect the regulator, 3P natural and 4P black. Well, mine's white, so where it says black, mine's white, because or it's I'm sorry, it's this natural color. This is the alternator stator, white to white connector, 3 yellows. This is my rectifier right here, the natural color right there. So I guess where it says black, that's natural for me, and where it says 3P natural, that's really 3P white for me. And plus it's a different type of connector. It's not a flat straight, it's a like a 2 on bottom and 1 on top, kind of like a triple thing, like that. And all it says is disconnect the rectifier, 3P and 4P connectors, check for these connections, yada yada. Then all it does is go right here and it says if the regulated voltage reading 16.6 is out of the specification, measure the voltage between the connector terminals. So I don't know if that's what the bike off, running, because you go back to 16.6 and it's just a bunch of notice stuff. You know, it's just all this. I guess so. I guess I keep it off, and then it's just warnings. You know. But then here it says warm up the engine, operating temperature, stop the engine, click the multimeter. And this is the very beginning of the charging system. Well, I'm sorry, the battery's first, and then charging system inspection. So I guess I have to warm it up. And then another caution, and then restart the engine with the high, that's the high beams on, measure the voltage. That's just for the battery. 5,000 RPMs. And then you gotta go back a page. And it says it's supposed to be at 5.5 voltage at 5,000 RPMs. I've been reading a bunch of threads, and a lot of people get like 4.3 or 4.7, so that seems a little high, so I don't know. And that's just the voltages of the battery without the engine running, which mine registered 13 on the dot. So I'm just wanting to inspect the alternator, and like the alternator says, disconnect the 3P connector, check the resistance. I hate checking resistance. I've never figured it out. Voltage and stuff, I'm fine on that. I can figure that out. It's simple. Here's my multimeter, and I've got a ton of ohm settings, and yeah, I honestly don't know which one. I just kind of go through them all. I didn't get any readings. Of course, it just says check. It doesn't show. I guess on the picture it's showing, he's showing this side, just the connector to the alternator, and I guess I'm supposed to just touch all these together in different orders to see if there's any resistance, which mine automatically, when I do it, see, it always does that, and it stays at 1, and then this just changes the decibel. And then anytime I touch it, it either stay at 0 with the 1 staying there, or then when I let off, it goes up to like 19 and then stops. I don't know if that's like a self-checker thing it does here. It's quite annoying. Let's see if I can. See, it does that every time. So I think that's just, it's doing like a self-check every single time it touches. I don't know. I hate checking for resistance. And then, so this won't show anything other than when it does that little, it goes up to 20 and then stops. Now, so I'm pretty sure the stator's still good. The rectifier, like I said, this just like it shows the same picture. Like, okay, look at this picture. And this is for the alternator. You see that picture? Notice how his hands like that, and this is that connector where I said mine's flat, like this, and theirs in the picture looks like it's the 3, like it's not flat. It's one of those, and then this is up here to make like a triangle or a stack. And so, see, you got his right hand holding those 2 chopsticks, and I'll let you know, watch this, we'll go to the rectifier. It's the exact same picture, same connector and everything, but yet we're talking about the rectifier, which is completely different wires. It's the 4-wire. Actually, it's a 5-wire. I'm sorry, 5-wire. Different connector, but I guess that's a screw up on their part. And I just don't really understand. So it says it's the regulated voltage. I guess this is if it's running while I have it on the battery to test the voltage, the charging voltage. And I guess if it's out of range, then I turn the bike off and check for resistance, which, like I said, mine automatically has that 1 in the front, which I don't understand that. Yellow and yellow, I guess that's obviously talking about the alternator wires, and I just touched all those together in different orders. That was the same as touching this. The red, white, and ground, I don't know if that means touch 1. There's 2 red whites. I didn't know if that meant touch 1 red white and then ground your multimeter, and that'll give you resistance. But I don't know if I touch the red white to a green wire, there will be resistance, like about 4.3 or so. It kind of just changes. So I guess that's the ground. So I guess touch a red white to a green, and Okay, we'll see, this what I'm saying. Battery voltage, so I guess the voltage there. See, I'm confused. There's just not a lot of information for me to comprehend this. So, I guess if I'm going to check for connectivity, I should switch it to ohms, touch a red white to a green wire, and continuity should exist, so it should show something. So I guess that's good when it's showing that 4 point whatever on both of them. And then I guess if I want to stick voltage through this, same thing. I don't know. If anyone can help me, just give me a holler.